Hi, I'm Lamar. This is Blue Hair Fitness, and this is every boring walking habit that accelerated my fat loss explained. Blue Hair Fitness is about men over 50 being able to lose a massive amount of weight, 50 pounds or more. Join me on your journey if this is you or resonates with you. Walking daily. So I walk daily, no step goal. I do have a step goal set into my Garmin, and that is for two reasons. One, I don't like the 10,000 step goal. I've gone over that before. It's a holdover from something that has absolutely nothing to do with me. So if there's going to be a goal, then it should be a goal that is something that is related to me, means something to me, right? My step goal in my Garmin is 12,500 steps, and that's because that equates to 10,000 kilometers walking with my specific stride length. So for me, that amount of steps guarantees I do 10K of a walk throughout the course of a day. With that said, when you start your weight loss journey and your step goal, I recommend you pick a route that you enjoy, that is going to give you some sense of accomplishment, and just do that every day. Because it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you do it consistently. And if you pick an arbitrary step number, what you'll do is you'll end up doing weird things in the short term to make a number that means nothing, instead of doing something that means something every day that you're going to want to do the next day. It's less mentally taxing and it's more mentally rewarding if you pick a circuit or pick some kind of physical, tangible goal and walk that goal every day. It's highly recommended. I do have a step goal, do work to attain that goal, but it has very little to do with wanting to get to 12,500 steps. It has everything to do with the fact that I love doing my morning walk. My morning walk gets me mostly there, and then I just do other stuff throughout the day, and I see where I'm at. All right, so what's next? Walking for errands. So that's the other way I actually get to my 12,500 steps. I started walking for errands. And so, again, it's walking to accomplish something. And I knew that I wanted to do something that I could sustain lifelong, and I would feel good doing lifelong, that this was not going to be a short-term change, a temporary thing that I did. It needed to be something that I could do no matter where I was. It needed to be portable if I'm traveling to India or Thailand or South Korea or coming back to the US or whatever. You know, I don't want to have to figure out, am I taking exercise bands with me? Am I going to get a day pass at a gym? Do I need a pool? Like, I wanted to be able to do something that I knew I could do every single day as long as I was healthy enough to do it. And it was going to contribute to my general overall health and my sense of well-being. And so I started walking, and then as part of the walk, like the morning walk is an accomplishment, it's exercise, it's all of that. But then it was like, all right, well, if I need to go here, I'm just going to walk there. And as long as I can walk there and I don't have like to take 18,000 pounds of bags back and forth, then I'm just going to walk. I'm just going to go walking. And so I started walking in little ways that were equally as satisfying. So when I go to the market, I walk, unless I know I'm going to have to take a ton of stuff. And I say a ton of stuff, like I've taken like a bunch of stuff from the market, and the market is, what is it, 5 kilometers away? So, I have, gone to the market and brought back a bunch of bags. I guess the chat called it like a fireman's carry or something. I don't know. All I'm saying is the next habit was I built walking into my other activity. So it wasn't just something I was doing as a one-off. Oh my goodness, log what you eat. This is really important because when I'm not logging what I eat, I'm not self-aware. So it's less that you know exactly the calories you take in, because I don't count calories. But it is a way to make yourself aware of what you're eating. And once you become aware of what you're eating, you align yourself with whatever your eating program is. I highly recommend eating a low carbohydrate diet, removing the simple carbs, removing the sugars, eating a lot of complex carbs, vegetables, that kind of stuff. That said, when I first started walking, again, my first walk was April 29th, I didn't necessarily change how I how I ate for those first 3 weeks. It wasn't until day 4 of week 3 that I like really was like, all right, I think I'm going to shift how I eat. There's 2 reasons for that. One, you don't want to try to change everything all at the same time. Like layering is important. Establish a foundation, establish a good habit, get that habit going, establish momentum, make it become part of who you are, and then move to the next thing. So that was thing 1. Thing 2, monitoring your protein level and not caring about your fat. You'll never get hungry that way, and you can just keep on going that way. I'm never hungry. I guess the third thing was throughout those first 3 weeks when I was when I was calorie counting, I ended up making bad short-term decisions, and I ended up having hunger pains, and I don't like hunger pains. There's no reason for pain. You can lose weight and never be hungry. So anyway, over the course of the first 3 weeks, I just monitored what I was doing. I logged every day. I continue to log my food every day because at least I'm looking at what I'm doing. And then in the end, I made the decision to change how I was eating, but it wasn't until after I'd established the foundation of the other stuff, but it is a habit I have, logging every day. Even when I go out, eat at restaurants or whatever, I'll either log it or I'll just take a picture of the meal and then I'll log it later and I have the picture. Moisturizing your feet. I have a giant thing of shea butter, and I wish I had brought it over and I could show you. A giant thing of shea butter, it's like huge. And I moisturize my feet. So this kind of started where I washed a pair of my shoes that I walk in, and I didn't put any shoe trees or anything in them. And so when they dried, they shrunk and the toe box shrunk. And I really wasn't thinking. I put them on like, man, these are a little tight. And I went for my walk and a blister started. And so I did some research on the blister. You wash your shoes and that's, toe box, all that other stuff, yada, yada, yada. The most important thing to me was I needed to walk tomorrow. So it was like, you can put a Band-Aid on it. I don't like wearing Band-Aids on my feet, especially my toes. Like, it's just weird. So what I learned was you could just put shea butter on your toes, and the shea butter doesn't actually moisturize, holds the moisture that you naturally produce through your skin next to your skin. So it lubricates and it prevents the blister from getting worse and all the other stuff. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's easy. I got this big ass thing of shea butter, which I use for a beard that I never have. I use for a beard because I was supposed to make your beard softer, but my beard defied all shea butter attempts. So I just had this big thing of shea butter. But it works really well on my feet. So I will moisturize my feet at night. I'll put socks on and I wake up with really soft feet and toes and skin, and I don't have those problems with my blisters anymore. And if I do wash my walking shoes for whatever reason, I have 2 pair, and so the washed pair goes out of service while the toe box gets stretched for at least a day or 2 before they get put back in service. The shea butter works really well. It works really well. I highly recommend moisturizing your feet if you're going to take up walking as. All right. Oh, sunscreen. Well, it prevents cancer. So there's that. I don't have hair. I don't wear a hat. I actually have essentially a towel. The quick dry material towels that I wear it over my head, have my headphones in most of the time, and that's what I wear when I go out. So I put sunscreen over my face, arms, and on my head, and then I put my towel on, and that's how I walk. Oh, I wash my workout clothes every day. So I tend to like repetition, I guess, and consistency. And so I have like I have 4 shirts that I work out in, whatever, but I have 2 that I really like. And so I tend to just wash my clothes when I get back, because everything about them, it's a comfort factor. It's like my uniform. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's part of my old Navy days where, I got up and I knew exactly what I was going to wear and just put on my uniform and I went to work. And you know what? I think it makes me recognizable to the people that I see when I'm walking, because they wave, they see me, they see that freaking highlighted green towel on my head, and, they know he's coming. Number 7 is I walk fasted. I don't like exercising with a full stomach or like digesting and exercising. I don't know if it's just me, but to me it just never seemed logical to take food in to do exercise when the purpose of the exercise was to condition my body to burn excess fat. What's my next boring habit? Oh, devote part of your walk to nothing. So when I walk, I do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of dictation. Sometimes I practice what I'm going to say in my videos. I also devote time to doing nothing, to just being in the moment, seeing the birds, the pigeons. How is the tide out today? What's the water level of the river? Did I see any weird motorbikes? What has changed along the route I take? Just to be present and be in the moment. And that's really important. Finally, I log after doing. So I am not an announcer. I don't announce. Like, doing this channel is, I'm not gonna say difficult for me. It is different for me because I generally don't find it beneficial to announce that I'm doing something before it's done. I've had a lot of failures in the past by announcing I was going to do something and then making a public commitment and not doing it and feeling like a jackass. So I tend to not announce stuff before I do it. And that's not just like to other people in public stuff. Like, I don't announce it to myself. Like, if I'm going to fast, I don't record the fast until it's over. So I don't click the little, start fast button until I've already fasted for 20 hours. And then I click the start fast button. I move the fast back to when I know it began and as the start time, and then I end the fast. I log after doing because I don't announce until it's done. Those are the boring habits that I've developed that accelerated my fat loss, and that's why I do them. And hopefully this helps you. This is Lamar from Blue Haired Fitness, and if you like this content, please do subscribe to the channel.